Hello everybody, a wonderful morning to you. So today I wanted to do something a little different, Pokemon related, tier related, but we're not going to be ranking Pokemon based off of their power, ability, art design, things of that nature. We are going to be ranking Pokemon, ladies and gentlemen, based on their respectability. So, to be clear, the way we are structuring this list is going to be based off of most respectful all the way down to Black Air Force One energy. And I think it's apt to start with our first most respectful boy, Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is the most polite, he's the most kind, he is gentlemanly, and was, at least as far as the one on Ash's team, he was, quite frankly, the Papa Bear, the one who kept everybody in line. A very good bean. Very good bean. Charmander, on the other hand, I would say is respectful, but says fuck too much. That's at least how I feel. Like, I feel like Charmander is generally pretty respectful, but it does, has a little trauma and has the capacity to be a little mouthy based off of his past. Squirtle is the kind to gives respect to get respect. You gotta respect me for me to respect you. Which, I mean, given his days in the Squirtle squad, it makes perfect sense to me. Chikorita, to me feels like when Chikorita feels kind of like a suburban white girl, likes Ben Shapiro, but is broadly speaking kind on a surface level. It's not too bad, Cyndaquil, though, is, I think, just respectful. Bulbasaur, I think, is in a bit of a tier of their own, and there might be another one that goes into it as well, but I think Cyndaquil is perfectly nice and fine. He's not going to go out of his way to adhere to decorum and social conventions of the places he's in, but more often than not, nobody has an issue with anything Cyndaquil says, does, or how they treat others. Totodile will say please and thank you, but will piss in the sink if the bathroom is taken. I will not be elaborating further. Trico is definitely on the same level as Squirtle. Give respect to get respect. We're chilling. We're cool. If I'm cool with you, you're cool with me, and that's all well and good. But if there's a fight, I'm gonna fuck you up. That's generally the kind of the vibe I get. I would personally put Torchic in the respectful but says fuck too much as well. I'm noticing a trend with the fire types personally, but that's just me. Torchic generally is kind of hot-headed, but generally respectful. Kind of has a bit of an anger streak on him, but that's okay. Mudkip is, I think, like Cyndaquil, respectful. Not more respectful than Cyndaquil, but still very respectful. Very kind, very loving, happy to be around you. Doesn't really get angry unless there is 100% justification for it. Things like that. I would probably say the exact same thing about Turtwig. Not as high as Mudkip. I think, Cyndaquil is generally a very respectful being, and I think Turtwig is kind of lower on the list, but similar to how Bulbasaur is just very kind and everything. Actually, now that I think about it, he kind of deserves to be with Bulbasaur on that one. Turtwig is he's just trying to keep things together, and everybody loves him. Even people that hate each other personally love Turtwig, and I stand by that. Chimchar. Chimchar is, I feel like Chimchar says fuck too much as well. Actually, no, I lied. I think Chimchar gives more of the vibe of someone who starts talking about Ayn Rand and, just kind of generally kind, but can be kind of obnoxious. That kind of has views that are just, and so I think that kind of tracks. I think I'm putting him low. I'm putting him. I think I might put him actually a little higher than Chikorita because Chikorita gives me kind of like, oh, they put an Irish pub in this neighborhood. How nice. And says like they're against gentrification, but like supports putting a Whole Foods in a neighborhood that can't afford it. Piplup's got Black Air Force One energy. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like Pip-Pup kills people. Like that disrespect him and his friends. I'm not going to elaborate on that at all. I'm just going to let that hang in the air. Snivy is up there with like Squirtle and Trico. Like, give respect to get respect. Generally hanging out, like no problems. We chilling, we cool. We're good to hang out. All things like usual. I feel like Tepig is probably the most respectful out of everybody in this generation. Generally, like, oh, don't mind me, I'm just here. Blah, blah, blah. Very, very kind, very, very cordial, very, very chill. Nothing but love. I think Tepig belongs in the respectful category. Oshawott just be a dickhead. Like I feel like he takes his shell and will like throw it at small children. Like that's kind of the vibe I get from Oshawott. Chespin is probably the most respectful starter out of Gen 6. For a lot of the same reasons. Actually, probably goes up in the most respectful thing. I'm seeing a pattern with the grass types, to be honest. But I feel like that makes sense. I mean, Chespin, his evolutions are based off the tank. It kind of makes sense that he's kind of like defensive, very kind, very get along, things of that nature. Kind of tracks for me. I feel like Fennekin is like worse than Chikorita. It just like it gives me kind of like, I don't know, like, gives me a like watching like Abigail Shapiro videos, like classically Abby and all that stuff, and just unironically like wanting to be a trad wife. Like generally kind, but like will make comments up to gay people of like, oh, it's just a phase, right? Like to her gay niece or whatever. Froakie is kind of like on the same level of give respect to get respect, but I feel like he's a little bit closer to, he's like on some like more grimy shit, but he's generally has principles and morals, so he's like give respect to get respect, stick with it. That is that. Rowlet, I'm probably gonna put him above Froakie because he feels a little less grimy than Froakie does, but generally in that as well. I think Litlin also says please and thank you, but pisses in the sink if the bathroom's taken. I don't make the rules. Poplio, another very respectful Mon. Very kind, like plays with the kids. Everybody loves him. He's the fun uncle. He bails out he like makes a little bit extra money on the side with his side business and bails everybody out when money's so tight. People go over to his house for Thanksgiving. He's he put his youngest sibling through college. He's got a fund for all his nieces and nephews. He hasn't realized that he can come out of the closet yet, but like in his family will still love him, but he's just like so shaken from the 80s that he's just like I'm just gonna make sure everybody loves me. I would say as Sobble is Sobble, if we're just doing respectful, I have to put Sobble up here. He's a whiny little bitch, but that doesn't mean he's a dickhead, right? So I think that Sobble generally should be up more in the respectful category. I honestly thought there were going to be more of them down here, but broadly speaking, I'm kind of happy with what we got. Scorbunny is, I think, is up here with respectful, but says fuck too much. I don't think like they're not like give respect to get respect kind of hard and like that, but they are definitely like oh hey, what's fucking going on, man? Here, let me help you with that your car. How's your mom doing? Fuck, that's awesome to hear. Like it's just like very upbeat, very happy, but swears. And lastly but not least, Grookey, I Probably would put him ahead of Cyndaquil here, just because he doesn't feel right to be put in the most respectful category. But I feel like Rogi is kind of, and even when the evolved forms there, I feel like they're like he's the one that like just keeping the crew together, and like very kind, very loving, very respectful. Treat like takes your like helps the old ladies across the street, things of that nature. But yeah, that's the broad speaking. So yeah, that is the most respectful starter Pokemon tier list from most respectful, like from most respectful down to Black Air Force One Energy. And I thank you guys so very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. A big, big, big thank you to the patrons you see on screen right here in front of you. They support the show for as little as $1 a month and they get pretty cool benefits like fresh exclusive uploads, sometimes exclusive videos first, and even better chances in the Discord raffle. But regardless, I thank you even more so for watching and giving me how long was this time? I think 5 minutes of your day. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time.